Hello, this is K.C. Suresh, science teacher from Janvi Calicut, Kerala. Welcome to the Plus 2 Biology class, Chapter 2, Part 1 of Sexual Reproduction in Flowering Plants. In this chapter, we shall discuss about the flower, structure of stamen, pistil, microsporangium, microsporogenesis, structure of pollen grain or microspores, and about the uses of pollen grains. To begin with, let us learn the term floriculture. Floriculture is otherwise known as flower farming. It is a branch of horticulture which deals with the cultivation of flowering and ornamental plants. Floriculture deals with the cultivation of aesthetic as well as the economically important plants. Now let us see about the flower. Flower are the site of sexual reproduction. It consists of the two essential parts such as the male reproductive part, the stamen, and the female reproductive part, the pistil. Stamen is otherwise called androecium, whereas the pistil is known as gynoecium. Flowers are developed from floral primordium by the activities of hormones. Stamen consists of mainly two parts such as anther and a filament. Anther, you can see the bilobed structure. Inside the anther, large number of pollen grains or microspores are developed. Stamen, the filament is connected to the anther. Now coming to the structure of pistil or gynoecium, we can see three major parts in pistil. They are stigma, style and ovary. Stigma is the receptive organ of pollen grains. It is connected to the ovary by means of a long style. The bulged portion of the pistil is known as ovary. It consists of ovules attached by means of placenta. The pistil or gynoecium consists of units called carpel. See the first picture. When the carpels are united together, the condition is known as syncarpous condition. But see the second picture where the unit of pistil or carpels are free from each other. When the carpels are free, the condition is known as apocarpus. Now coming to the structure of stamen, see here you can see the section of anther. In the section of anther, we can see that each anther consists of two lobes and each lobe consists of two cavities known as theca. An anther with two theca or two cavities is called dithecous anther. Each anther lobe consists of two microsporangia at their corners. So there are four microsporangium are there in one anther. Inside the microsporangia, microspores or pollen grains are present. Now see, this is the section of a matured anther showing microsporangium. The microsporangium in its transfer section consists of four layers. They are epidermis, endothecium, middle layer and tapetum. The outer three layers such as epidermis, endothecium and middle layer help for protection and also helps in the dehiscence of anther to release pollen grains after maturity. The innermost layer, which is known as the tapetum, this tapetum helps for nourishing the developing pollen grains. See in the picture now, you can see at the middle there are microspore mother cells which are diploid in nature. These microspore mother cells undergoes meiotic division that results in the formation of microspore tetrad. These microspore tetrad, when it completely mature, it undergoes dehydration and dissociation to release pollen grains. After maturity, these pollen grains are released out from the microsporangium by dehiscence, and that process is known as pollination. Now coming to the structure of pollen grain or microspore, see these pollen grain or microspore represent the male gametophyte. The average size of the pollen grain may vary from 25 to 50 micrometer in diameter. Each pollen grain is covered by two layers. The outer layer is the exine and the inner layer is known as intine. Exine is very hard due to the presence of a most resistant organic material ever known, and that is known as sporopollenin. The sporopollenin can withstand high temperature, strong acid and strong alkalis, and even enzyme cannot degrade sporopollenin. An area on the exine where sporopollenin is absent is known as the germ pore. Through this, the pollen tube develops in later stage. The inner layer is intine, which is made up of cellulose and pectin. The pollen grain at maturity consists of two cells, and the large cell is known as the vegetative cell and the small cell is called the generative cell. Most of the pollen grain disperse at this stage, but in some cases the lower generative cell divided and formed two male gametes. So at this three cell stage, pollination takes place in certain plants. Now coming to pollen allergy. Certain pollens are allergic to some people. Say for example the pollen grains of parthenium and carrot grass. See, this pollen allergy causes severe asthma and bronchitis and respiratory disorders to some people. Now let us see the uses of pollen products. Pollen grains are rich in nutrients, hence in Western countries they are used in the form of pollen tablets and pollen syrup. Some people consume pollen to give energy, especially by the athletes, and it is also used for race horses. Now see, what is a pollen bank? Pollen grains of many species are stored for many years in liquid nitrogen at a temperature of minus 196 degrees Celsius. This is known as pollen banks, and such pollen are used for plant breeding and other research activities. Hope you understood the first part, and second part we can see about pistil and megasporangium in my later video. Thank you.